Welcome to my house.
What's good, you guys? It's your boy Ty here, back again with the video, and this is part 2 or part 1. This is the separate part of what kind of play style do you play, and we are going to be dealing with aggro aggressive players. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click that notification on so that way you can be notified when I have some new content, and look out for my Patreon. All right, and if you want to get involved, I'll have the link below so that way you can get involved. Shout outs to Men and Nails as well. This is awesome sweatshirt. They're the ones that are definitely looking out for me, and I'm teaming up with and partnering up with some things too, as far as sponsorship and everything else. So shout outs to you guys. Definitely check them out, menandnails.com, www.menandnails.com. You use my code Ty House of Cards, not Ties, but it's Ty House of Cards, as a promotion code, and you will get 10% off. All right, well, let's get into the video. So this time we are dealing with aggressive players, and you're probably wondering, okay, now that you know that you're an aggressive player, what does that mean? Who do I play? So I just have a few characters, just a few. There are a lot of characters that can do other things because of the symbols that they have. Each symbol allows you to play a certain way too, but the combination of the symbols also mean anything. This game is very intricate, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So these are just a few characters that I consider some of the top aggressive or more fitting characters, aggressive characters that probably fit an aggro player. So number one is Froppy. Froppy does a lot of things. A lot of people already know about this, but those of you who do not, Froppy just has the tendency to just be able to swing, and she kicks stuff out of the carpool, and so she really just ignores progressive difficulty. She just keeps going. I've already talked about this. A lot of people already know this already, but she is just very aggressive. She's probably one of the top aggressive characters in the game currently. Next is Tokiyami. Tokiyami version 1, by the way. Sorry, that was Froppy version 1 and Tokiyami version 1. So these are, I gotta make sure I say the versions because there are different versions. Tokiyami, same thing. Due to certain characters, certain cards he has access to, he puts something into a card pool that gives his attacks all +1 speed, and he just can just swing, and just overwhelm your opponent. So, Froppy, you got Tokiyami. Number 3, you have Jiro. Jiro has she's scaly. She starts playing, and at each card that she plays, each attack that she's playing, or even card, it gets stronger and stronger for her. So if she goes and plays an attack, and if it's a charge attack, it gives plus X damage. If it's a weapon attack, it gives plus X speed for each card in the card pool. So for each card that she keeps throwing out, they just keep getting more and more powerful. Another aggressive, just gets to that point, boom, boom. These are characters that can kill you on like turn 2, even turn 3. Another character that I feel, these are, like I said, a lot of these are just my preference, something that, or not just my preference, from my observation. Now, some people may agree or disagree, and they may have someone else. Hey, there's plenty more. It depends on what you decide to do with it. But these are characters that I feel have that ability to meet that requirement as far as an aggressive player. And this is Midoriya version 2. Midoriya version 2 is crazy. He just has abilities that just, the fact that he doesn't see a lot of play, but man, he dominates very well if people paid attention more. But he's pretty straightforward, very easy. He just has the ability, discard a card, give an attack, your punch attack +1 speed, +3 damage. And if you have throws, you just keep giving your throws +3 damage. If they have punch, you give them +3 damage and +1 speed. If you make things fast enough, and then he has the ability to just build more foundations. So he's building more foundations to kind of help extend his turns. And he can just kill you. I know people that have killed people on turn 2, turn 3, throwing like 30, 40 damage at a time. And just depending on the combinations and when he throws them, he's very aggressive. He can just keep overwhelming you and then replenish his hand with certain cards. There's 2 of one character, and there's Ochako version 1 and version 2. Same thing, they both have the ability to recycle attacks. Version 1 takes something from her card pool, puts momentum, can pick it back up and throw it again, and she could just keep recycling it. Version 2 does stuff where she, practically, if she deals damage, and I'm just running through these real quick, but she deals damage, she deals damage, she gets to bounce the card and gets to play your next card, I believe is your next card or your next attack. The check to play the next card gets +2. And so it gets really crazy. So she could just throw the same attack again, but she could do it once per turn, but it's still pretty nutty. And lastly, and this is a character that has actually kind of recently been seen a lot of play, and that is Fourth Kind. Fourth Kind is pretty crazy. He could probably even go into the mid-tier, the mid-range game, but he has that ability. But if you're not careful, you know, turn 2, he can kill you on turn 2 or turn 3. If you haven't killed him by then, he has a lot of health. He has the ability, he can just ignore, he could go, you know, his fourth card gets -4 difficulty and +4 to the damage if it's an attack. That's even if he's committed. And then he has a once per game where he can make cause your rival to commit 4 of their foundations. So it makes it easier for him to just dunk on you and drop you off. And then he just, the cards, depending on what cards you play with him. Now, mind you, like I said, each character that I named have different symbols, so you can play them different ways. Certain ones make them shine differently. So these are some of my top contenders as far as aggressive players. So if you haven't looked into these characters yet, definitely do. These characters are pretty crazy. And like I said, there are tons more characters. There are a ton of characters out there that can actually be aggressive too. But these are just some of the ones that I've seen frequently go crazy and really dominate. So if you're an aggressive player, those are the characters that I would definitely look into. All right, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any other characters that you're thinking of, or if you have any other questions. I love interacting with you guys. Love you guys, take care, peace.